Hello. Good evening. Good morning. It's almost time to get out of here. Out of Chiang Rai. It's going to take a while. If you have not done so already, please subscribe. Please leave a like if you like my streams, my videos, and all that good stuff. Leave a comment on whatever you want to comment on. You know the drill. Yada, yada, yada. So let's give it a few more minutes. There should be some people coming in, hopefully. Last few hours with air conditioning. Good morning from Jersey, New Jersey. Good morning, everybody from Chiang Rai, Thailand. Chiang Rai. I'll still be in Chiang Rai after tomorrow. But the main reason for me to stream is just to tell people that tomorrow around 9 o'clock, I'll be streaming again. But this time, instead of streaming and heading towards the Blue Temple, I'm trying to make the White Temple at about 8:30. So I have a little bit of time to figure things out, think where I'm going to be, and then start streaming at 9 o'clock. That's the plan. So I have some footage of the Blue Temple, some video footage. I went there again this morning. And yeah, so tomorrow should be the White Temple. And then I'll stay somewhere after that. I'll find a hotel. And then from there, I'll work my way towards Payao, which is quite a long ways. It's, I think it'll be a little more difficult of the journey, but I don't know if you can see, in the corner there is my stick. You know, I looked for a retractable baton, expandable baton, whatever you want to say. I looked for one yesterday. Couldn't find one. Easier to find in Bangkok, and I didn't feel like walking around because my feet hurt. So I didn't get one of those. And then today I was going to get my laundry done, and the lady at the hotel said, oh, you know, if you want, you can just walk down. It'll be a little bit cheaper. You can walk down the street. And it was a little bit of a pain in the neck for her because she had to get the maid and all this other stuff to do it. They don't do it on the premises. And so I was like, I'll go down and get it. So it turned out where I went was a self-service laundry. And I really didn't want to have to go back and pick up my laundry and wash my laundry, pick it up. You know, I didn't have soap or anything, so I walked back to the hotel and I said, listen, you're going to have to do it. So they said, okay. So they did do it. It's done. But on the way over there, I found a house that was under construction. Good morning, Tom. I found a house that was under construction, and there's all kinds of wood laying around. And I heard some people upstairs, but they weren't, you know, they weren't mingling. They were upstairs just doing whatever they were doing, and there's all kinds of wood outside the house, inside the house. and I saw this piece of wood behind me. It's a big solid piece of wood, and I grabbed it. So that's my walking stick, because to be completely honest, the more I thought about those dogs, the more the more worried I got. I was like, I really don't want to walk without some kind of defense, because I don't want to go down getting my throat ripped out or getting bit up and having to get rabies shots or something like that. I just thought, I just don't want to do that. So I talked to my son today, and if need be, I'll have him send, I have a little flashlight that has a taser on the end of it, and I'll have him send me that in the mail, like overnighted, if I'm staying at a hotel for more than one night, you know. And that way I don't have to carry a stick, because, you know, carrying a stick means I'm giving up one hand, and that's a bit of a pain in the neck, you know, especially if I'm streaming. So I got a gimbal in one hand, a stick in the other hand, a big backpack on, and I'm not gonna bring water in the what do you call it, the Camelback today, because if I fill it up, it's just gonna make it that much heavier. And if I leave at 4 o'clock in the morning, I should be able to find a place by 5:30 or 6 that's open, like a 7-Eleven, a little market or whatever. I should be able to get water. I've got 2 bottles of water, and I think that'll be enough for an hour and a half or 2. So, but the backpack is still a little bit heavy. It felt a little lighter, and then by the time I started, you know, packing in the little stuff, now I'm like, well, it is still kind of heavy. And I've got these marks on my shoulder. I can't really see them with the messages in there, but yeah, get rid of the messages. I got like a mark right here. You can barely see it now, but it's right here. Marks from my backpack and stuff, you know, just from wearing it for so long. So, you know, there's a little wear and tear on my body, but that's to be expected, you know. So tomorrow I'm probably not going to walk all that far. I'm going to walk about 15 miles. To me, that sounds kind of far when I think about it. I'm like, do I have to? You know, there's part of me that goes, do I have to? And then there's the other part of me going, okay, it's not that much. But yeah, that's about how far I'll walk. That's about 24 kilometers, as opposed to 40, which is what I did yesterday. So, hopefully I can make it from down to Payao. Yes, I do. I can make it down to Payao, and then from there to Pre, and there to Uttaradit. And then I think it's Pitsanalok. But, you know, it's one place at a time. First, I got to get to the outskirts of Chiang Rai, because it's a big province. And then I can work on getting to Payao. And every day I have to, you know, I have to try to watch how much I'm spending. I have to watch how much I'm eating and drinking, you know, because with the drinking, I probably already lost about at least 2 or 3 kilos, at least. Because my pants are looser. I can see a little bit. My face is a little thinner. I've been in Chiang Rai 2 days. This is the 2nd day, so I'm ready. I don't want to just stay here, and I'm not going to do anything aside from go to the Blue Temple, which I already did. I don't really want to do anything more. I want to get out of here. You know, the longer I'm sitting around, the more time that it takes me to get where I'm going, and the more time I'm away from my family, and, you know, I don't like that very much. You know. So I'm trying to get myself to where, you know, my feet are a little more calloused. I'm a little more used to this. I am getting stronger. I can feel that I'm getting stronger in the walking. and in my shoulders from carrying the pack, you know, so. But anytime you walk like 20 or 25 miles, you're gonna get tired. And I'm still tired. So I'm looking forward, I'm not gonna do a real long stream. I'm looking forward to, you know, 6-7 hours of rest and sleep. And instead of, you know, leaving at like 2:30 in the morning, I'm gonna leave at like 4. And then when I get to my final destination, it should be noon or so, and I'll check in and just sleep there, you know, all day. And I don't know about when I'll be leaving. Depends on how I feel, because I do have some nasty blisters now. They're starting to come up, but I think I showed you guys yesterday, I have some of the, what do they call it, the moleskin tape. I have some of it, and I don't have as much of the other tape as I want. And you know, the thing is every time I go in, it pisses me off because they don't make it cheap. I mean, I went in the other day, I spent like $20 on tape and Band-Aids and, you know, the different stuff. I've almost used all of it up already. My feet are just, you know, it's inevitable your feet are going to get thrashed no matter what you put on them. I got foam over there. I don't know if you, oh no, where is it? Oh, it's over there in the, you can barely see it there. I got some foam, and I looked for another one today, but I couldn't find one. I bought it at 7-Eleven. Now the other 7-Eleven didn't have one. So, but it's basically, I'm going to get the plaster and put it on. I'll get the moleskin and put that on, and then I'll get the foam and then tape it around my foot, under my foot. Steven, you're way behind. I've been looking for Epsom salts for quite some time. I can't find any here. You know, I don't think many Thais are going around running for, you know, or walking for 30 kilometers, 40 kilometers. So it's a little bit difficult to find it. You know, that's the thing. If I can get back to Bangkok and I have a couple days to work with, I can get everything I need. There's a few things I need. My shoes, I'm going to need new shoes. I mean, I smelled my flip-flops today, and I'm like, I got to throw these things out. These things are going to have to go in the garbage. I mean, right now I'm just using them, but they're going to have to go in the garbage. They stink already. I was like, why do my feet stink? My feet never stink. I'm not the one with the stinky feet, you know. And you know, when I was like sitting there going, where's that smell coming from? You know, I was like, and I tried to smell my feet, and I'm like, nah, my feet don't stink. I'm like, they're a bit dirty because, you know, the tape that I'm using is a very sticky kind of tape, and it's clear. So it kind of comes out like it's dirt on your feet, but it's not. You can peel it off. And so, you know, I've been like finding little bits that I hadn't peeled off and trying to scrub my feet. That's the other thing. I tried to find a brush the other day to clean my feet. I couldn't find a brush here, you know. Well, believe me, if my feet stink, my wife will tell me, I'm sure. She's not shy about enlightening me. Honey, your feet, they stink. Get them away from me. Disgusting. That's what I'll hear. So anyway. Now it's like, you know, I gotta wake up about 45 minutes before I leave. It takes me, you know, 15 minutes to wake up, 15 minutes to wash my face, brush my teeth, and all that stuff. And then it takes me another 15 minutes to suit up. It's like almost like going into battle, because, you know, I'm like taping up. It's like I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go have a fight, or I'm going to play a game of, American football. And yeah, so I'm gonna have to really watch the blisters because I got a couple spots that are pretty bad. And like one of them is kind of, I can tell the fluid's starting to build up. So I might have to buy a needle, like a little sewing kit at 7-Eleven, and then, you know, a lighter, and heat up the needle and then pop that blister, which is always fun. You know. The thing that is really, that weighs on me is not, I mean, it is hard work. I do have some antifungal cream. You know, so I'm gonna rub some of that on tonight. But you know, the thing that really wears on me is that this could take me a few months. You know, it could take quite a long time. So I have to think to myself, you know, sure, it's something I want to do, you know, but I need to think of what is it going to mean, you know, at the end of the day, what's it going to mean? Is it gonna make my life better? Is it gonna make my family's life better? So I have to think that way, because, you know, they're like, you know, the kids especially. Stephen, you're so far behind. Really? The first leg is from here to Bangkok. The second leg is from Bangkok to Batam. But, you know, I have thought about, if I get to a certain point, I'll take a bus home for a couple of days, or I'll fly home for 2-3 days, something like that, and then just come back to the exact spot. I understand it's a good journey. You know, I just have to make sure that my family is safe and everything's good, you know. I can't find Epsom salts in Thailand. I know where they are, but they sell them by the kilo, and I'm not going to be anywhere long enough to be able to get the stuff shipped to me. You understand? I can get a bucket. I can use a garbage can as a bucket. I can put the Epsom salts in there and soak my feet. But all in all, I don't know how valuable it will be to have to carry along another kilo of weight. I mean, you know, I'm carrying enough stuff to where it's putting strap marks on my shoulders. So that should tell you something. I don't want more weight, I want less weight. I want to get rid of stuff. So as the shirts and clothes get stinkier, they go in the garbage. And when I get to Bangkok, I'll get some newer, you know, or some of my stuff that I have at home. Now, everybody's telling me to get Epsom salts. I understand. I wish I had some. But it's not that easy. You know, if I could get, you know, enough to last me for a couple of weeks and just go somewhere and get them, and it wasn't all that heavy, I would do it. But I can't. I haven't been able to find any. Every time I go to a pharmacy and ask them if they know what it is, whether it's in English or Thai, they're like, oh, no have, you know. So it'll take a bit of work, you know. And I'm not sure that I want to carry that extra weight, to be honest, because there's enough weight, man. The weight is what's, you know. Yeah, that's the other thing, you know. Yeah, well, that's, you know, that's another thing, is I can't keep spending money on trying to make myself feel better and make myself more comfortable, and then it's just a repetitive kind of thing. Yeah, hey, Tony G, thank you very much. Once again, you are first, and may you have good luck all of today and always, actually. But there's not a chance in hell my family is going to be shipping me something every other day. It's just, they're too busy. My family's got a life, you know. My wife's got a busy job. She's, you know, she's got a lot of responsibilities. She's got a lot of people under her. And so she's got to worry about that, you know, and she's doing business in this atmosphere with the COVID. My kids are both in school. One's got his midterm coming up. The other one, you know, he's got all kinds of stuff going on. So it's not about the expense of the shipping. It's about the time that it takes everybody to do all this stuff. This is another thing. Some of the people, for instance, this guy Toon Body Slam, he had a whole team with him to do this. Makes it much easier when you have people, you know, telling you where you got to go the next time, how far you have to go, you know, where you're going to stay. They have everything figured out for you. You don't have to, you just have to put the work in. I would just have to walk. That's it. Then when I got to a hotel or whatever, everything's waiting for me. That would be beautiful, but that's not how it works. You know, I'm not at that, you know, hey, how about a loyal subscriber, but hey, you will make it. I don't understand, but okay, I'd like a loyal subscriber. Yeah, sure. That's good. I always want those. You know, this is the thing. Well, my family's got a life. It's not like I got a bunch of assistants running around, you know, and that's okay. Because the people who have assistants, most of them didn't have assistants in the beginning anyway. Well, 342 baht is not that much money. But, you know, you got to have it shipped to you. And I'm telling you, I know if it was a one-time deal where my family shipped me something, like a kilo of Epsom, that'd be a different story, you know. But I don't know that the value of the Epsom to my feet is going to be worth me carrying around an extra kilo of weight. I don't think some people know just how difficult it is when you're carrying 20 or 25 kilos or whatever it is, 15 kilos. I don't know. I thought it was like 7, but it's not. And then you put the water in there in the Camelback, it's even heavier. So I think that's something that some people don't think about. You know, add 30 or 35 pounds, 40 pounds to your back, and then start walking, you know. Yes, I know it's magnesium sulfate, but it doesn't matter, because if I tell either one of those, if I give either one of those phrases to the people in the pharmacy, they don't have it. So, can help in regular, when used in a bathtub. Well, I don't have a bathtub, I got a bucket. I've been using Nurofen, which works pretty good. It takes some of the pain away. But quite frankly, once you start walking, it's painful. You know, it's just your feet get numb. And I'm telling you, like yesterday when I came, after that long walk, my legs were throbbing so much, my feet were throbbing so much, I couldn't sleep. You know, it was like I just ran a marathon, except I walked. You know, so, I mean, I understand these things. It's going to happen. I don't particularly like being in pain, but that's the way it is, you know. Sometimes you have to suffer a little bit. You know. If it was easy, then, you know, everybody would be doing it. Health food, good karma. Okay. Well, I'll remember that. I think this is about my last chance to get it until maybe the city of Payao, but I don't know. I've never been there. I haven't been this way. I haven't been up this corridor that I'm going to be walking. So I'm completely new to this area. I've been to Chiang Rai several times, but I still, you know, it's been years, and then I came a little while ago, like 3 years ago, and you know, I just don't know the place all that well. I did go to the mall a couple times here. It would help if I were still in Thailand. I would have the time. Yeah. It's all right, you know. It teaches you something, this kind of thing. You know, walking early in the morning and you got dogs coming after you, and then, you know, you got another dog coming after you, and then, you know, your feet hurt, you're in the rain, and, you know, you enjoy it. You're like, yeah, I'm doing this. I'm actually making progress, and you enjoy seeing that. But then, you know, you're like, I'm out in the rain. I'm soaking wet, at least for a little while. You know, your feet hurt. You know, it's the whole laziness. Should I go to the gym? Should I not go to the gym kind of thing? You know, it's like, oh, I don't want to go to the gym today. But then if you miss a day, it makes it easier to not go the next day, you know. It's the same thing. You just push yourself and go, I'm going to the gym because it's the right thing to do. It's the good thing for me. So right now, this is the good thing for me, you know. Believe me, I'd love to stay another day and do absolutely nothing. I'd like to just lay here all day and, you know, mess around, basically. But how does that help me? It doesn't really help me at all, you know. Another good night's sleep, I'll be fine. I'm fine right now. You know, if I had to go right now, I could. You know? You know what I'm saying? Plus, I know if I'm tired, Monash will come over here and do the walk for me. He'll give me all the credit. It was 500 baht. Don't think that'll be happening. I'm all ready to go. Everything's packed up. Except my toothbrush. Pretty much packed up. I got a couple of boiled eggs to eat before I leave. Hard-boiled eggs. And, yeah. You know, if I wake up at 3 o'clock and I'm like, I feel like going right now, I'll leave at 3 o'clock. It's not going to make a difference. You know, not going to make a huge difference. Because I'm not going all that far tomorrow. I mean, you know. I'll go, I think it's 22 or 24 kilometers, depending on which hotel I choose. On the ready, why I cannot join you for the rest of yeah, I bet. What's her name? So that cowboy, you got any more raccoons over there? How many are you catching a week? Curious to know that. Where I grew up, there's lots of raccoons everywhere. You know, I did go to Starbucks in the mall the other day. Was it yesterday? Yeah, yesterday. Actually, you know, it's not like I've been here all that long. I did go yesterday and I took a picture for Gennaro, but there was only one little barista there, so I think he would have been disappointed. And didn't I have a coffee? I had a coffee last night where I had to go grab something and it said the stream is deleted. It's not deleted. It'll come back soon. I just gotta set it. Trying to catch one more. You're trying to catch one more. I watched some of that stream again today, and I was falling asleep at the end. I was almost snoring. I'm like, it's probably a good minute or two. I was out. I 1 minute, I'm like, yeah, I'm starting to get a little bit tired. And then I was out. You know, I'm not that tired today, but I do still feel it a little bit, you know. I'm not back to 100%. Might take me a little bit longer to get accustomed to this. Oh, it's a nice clean room, yes. It's nice. There's nothing extravagant about it, but it's, you know, that's fine. I mean, this is fantastic. You know? Compared to some of the rooms I've stayed in. I've stayed in some real shitholes, you know, and I've stayed in some that were the same price as this one that were, you know, not a tenth as good as this one. So, you know, although I haven't watched any TV, I don't know what it is. I don't have the energy or the time to concentrate on a TV show. I did find something a little strange though here. I looked in the refrigerator and I was like, oh, they have water and they have soda. I'm like, what is this? Coke and Fanta. So then I looked, Coke, no sugar. Fanta, no sugar. And when I was walking out, I said to the girl, I go, they only put no sugar Fanta and Coke in, in the refrigerator? She goes, yeah, we don't put regular in there. I'm like, oh, okay. I wasn't gonna drink any, but like, I was just surprised. Because I think most people want regular, if they're gonna drink a soda, they want a real soda. Some, you know, I know some people that don't, but, you know, I don't need this stuff anyway. I just need H2O, and I had to buy a couple more packs of electrolyte drinks today. Yeah, I'm getting tired. I had to buy a couple electrolyte drinks today, the packs, the powder. I think it's a good idea to drink those. As your head is getting smaller, looks like your hair is growing. Thank you very much, Mr. Monage. I'm not at that point yet where I'm like happy with how I look, you know, where I go, yeah, I look like I was like, I'm 25 again, you know? Just, yeah, see. There's all kinds of little marks all over the place, little, you know, abrasions and little things like that. It's just, you know, repetitive motion. But these don't matter. The ones on my shoulder, the ones on my arm, I got a couple on, like on my sides where my ribs are. I got, you know, bruises on my ribs. I got like a purple bruise on my rib. How did I get that? But the only thing that matters is my feet. That's it. But I got gauze. I got an ace bandage. I got all kinds of stuff, so. Probably check your age at the border. Actually, I had to go through a checkpoint. And I went through 2 checkpoints. The first time I just walked right through. The second time the guy, it was like, I don't know, it was like 4 in the morning. And the guy goes, where are you going? I go, Chiang Rai. Why are you walking? I said, because I want to. Oh, where are you coming from? Maasai. And he goes, Maasai? I said, yeah, but I slept in another place. And, oh, You're going to Chiang Rai? Yes, I'm going to Chiang Rai. Okay, Choke D. I was like, all right, see you later, buddy. He didn't ask me to see my passport, didn't ask anything. So I was like, all right, well, that's cool, because I don't have to put my backpack down, take it out, you know, show it to him, carry on another conversation for, you know, 15, 20 minutes. Time is everything, you know? Especially when you're walking and you're standing, because time is not infinite. I'd hate to have to stand in a concrete warehouse again in a cold place, which I've done before. Yeah, I like Ray Bradbury. Grew up reading them. Yeah, I don't think anybody smelled my feet yet, fortunately. I did. But, it, you know, I was like, how come I'm like, my feet don't stink. I like rubbed my feet and I was like, they don't stink. I'm like, what's the deal? And then I held up my flip-flops and I went, ugh. So I think I'm due for a new pair of flip-flops. That's another one. I could tell my kid, hey, we get this pair. I know you know exactly where they are. I can tell you where they are. Go get them for me and ship them with the taser. You know, I could do that, but can make do with what I got. I'll wear the stinky flip-flops. I'll wash them in the shower if I have to. Use a little of that bath soap, you know. Make them smell like flowers. Please take a look at this short story. You will see the parallels, especially the question of why you were walking. Believe me, I ask the question of myself all the time. I'm like, is it really for me? No, not 100%. It's for my channel, to help my channel grow. It's to help my family, because if the channel grows, it helps my family. But, you know, it is partly for me, because it's a challenge. And, you know, I mean, I know in my head, if I know no matter what, if I want to do it, I'll do it. You know? Pain, no pain, I know I can do it. You know, short of anything bad happening. It's just a matter of, I can get pepper spray, but you know, you got to remember, I'm in a place that, you know, Chiang Rai is not exactly a thriving metropolis like, you know, Bangkok, where I could go, I could find it in 10 different places. It's a little more difficult than that. And the other thing was, like yesterday, I did not have the energy to do much. I went into Starbucks, got myself a coffee, and they had a Starbucks area inside where the Starbucks was, but also outside, they had a big area. And so I went and sat down. I was all alone. It was great. I just plopped my ass down. I just laid there. And I was like almost nodding out. And I was like, oh, this is so nice. The chair is so comfortable. And then all of a sudden, a lady walked up with 2 kids, and her friend walked up with 2 kids. The next thing I know, I got 2 ladies and some guy with their 4 kids sitting next to me. And I was like, son of a bitch. Murphy's Law. There's no other people sitting in the whole place, and they have to sit next to me, you know. And the kids are, Mommy, this is good. I want some ice cream. I want some of this. Can I have some more, Mommy? Sissy is taking my ice cream. And, ugh, you know. And then today, I was asleep. I was taking a nap. And it felt so good, because I came back from getting some stuff at the grocery or whatever, or 7-Eleven. And I laid down on the bed, and I was out. And I was like, oh, yeah, this is so nice. And then it's like 1 o'clock, and I kind of woke up, and I hear this noise. And some guy screaming. And I'm like, what the fuck? And I listen, and he's on the phone. He's in the next room. he's talking to somebody. He wasn't mad. He was just speaking really, really loudly. And I banged on the wall, banged on the wall a couple of times. And then finally, about a half an hour after him screaming, I heard some woman go, "You are speaking too loudly," in Thai. And then he got really quiet, and I haven't heard from him since. But he woke me up. I wanted to go over there and go, "Thanks a lot, man. You just woke me up out of a sound sleep." You know, that's how it goes. So thank you very much to the person or persons who bought the shirts yesterday. Appreciate that. All the links and everything, you know, all the links for information and stuff are down below in the description, or you can just go to my website at americaninbangkok.com. Makes it very easy. Go to my website at americaninbangkok.com. You can find pretty much everything right there. That way I don't have to go into the whole spiel because it gets old, you know? But at least I got this nice stick. Very nice. Heavy, not too heavy, but heavy enough to where if I wrap it on the ground, the dogs will know I mean business. But still, I'd like to have the taser because it's only about that big, but it makes a loud noise. Hey man, homie don't play. Listen, I like dogs. I like animals. I'm an animal lover. But when it comes to walking down the street and somebody is irresponsible with their dogs, and I have to worry about them biting me, or, you know, if I had slipped, really, I think those dogs, they would have attacked me. That would have been it. I would have been in deep shit. I would have had to try to get up. And they were like, you know, 75 pounds. Yeah, but, you know, they don't know that you're throwing food at them. You know, you might as well buy a couple of steaks and carry them in your pocket. And then if the dog starts running at you, you throw it at them. You got a better chance with that than dog biscuits. You know, but like, I'm not gonna be, yes, that was scary, man, really. Even now I think about it and I thought, man, that was really close. That was a close call, you know. I don't want that happening again. Yeah, Dobermans. Well, these were like, they definitely had Rottweiler in them. But they were like Rottweiler Chow or something like that. They were kind of big, you know. They weren't huge, but they were a good mid-sized dog that if both of them jumped on me, there wouldn't have been anything I probably could have done. Except maybe, you know, uppercut the balls. Uppercut to the nuts. Hope they don't catch my throat on the way in. I used to have a German Shepherd when I was younger. Well, I was a little boy. And that dog owned me. I didn't know how to take care of him. Every time I take him out to walk, if he didn't get his way, he would jump up and down and jump on me. And I'd be in my school clothes. I'd get dressed. I'd be all ready for school. Go out with my dog. The dog would get pissed off about something, and he'd be jumping up and down on me with his muddy paws, and I have to go back inside and change. You know, my mother would tell me, step on his leash so that he can't jump up and down. I'm like, yeah, well, it's not as easy as it sounds, you know. Anyway. Ugh. Listen, down the street from where I live in Bangkok, there used to be this place that fixed a bunch of buses. It's still there. And they had this massive, like, bull mastiff pit bull mix or whatever. I don't know what it was, but it was just, you know, massive neck. Had this big, thick leather collar on it with spikes, and they had a chain on the thing so that it couldn't run out and, you know, go grab and bite somebody. Go catch that raccoon. He's probably, he knows when you're streaming. He's got your schedule down. But the thing had a big chain, and the chain was like that thick. And I always worried that I would walk a little bit too close and that thing would latch onto my leg and it'd be like, that's it, he's gonna crunch my leg. My bones are gonna be gone in my leg, you know? Because that's how they are. And even with a stick, I mean, you know, you miss once and the dog times you right, that's it. You know? I'm a firm believer violence is not the answer unless somebody is getting violent with you, someone or something is getting violent with you, and then you need to take it to the extreme level, you know, which means like if you have to kill them, you kill them, you know. It's them or me. And there was 2 of these things. That's what really got me. Yeah, beautiful soy dogs. I did make myself bigger and yelled at them, you know, in the most vicious way I could. Well, a woman did that, you know. I don't know if I was streaming or not. I don't think I was, yeah. But I said something about it yesterday. There was this like big, he was like a big golden retriever or like a lab, and you know, like a mix, but you could see kind of, and it was, you know, I mean, it was bigger than the other dogs, you know, just heavier. And the thing started coming out to me, and it was like lowering his head and starting to growl, and I was like, oh shit, not again. And the woman, you know, like, you know, Spunky, go inside the house, you know. And fortunately, the thing went inside and listened. And then the other 2 were in some vacant lot, and they came, I think I was streaming for that. That was like right after Mitsubishi, and they kind of like ran out a little bit. And they, every time I turned my back, they started trying to run up on me a little bit. And I was like, mosquitoes don't like me, but dogs love going after me. I think that's how it is. I still haven't been bit by a mosquito here. Knock on wood. So, anyway, White Temple tomorrow. I was trying to get the Blue Temple video done, a little update of this leg of the trip, but I just haven't had a chance. There's only so much time in the day. I had to put up the videos on my website and on Patreon, which takes a while. And I'm doing everything on my phone. Even the editing, I'm doing on my phone. So it's not like I have the usual methods. Yeah, it was I went and actually had food. I went there today, this morning, to film and to get some photos. And then I went to the what's it called? Bike Coffee Cafe. And it turns out it's a little family business. And I had some pad thai with chicken. Decided to go simple. And then they made me a nice espresso, an Eslan, that's what they call them here. So I had myself a nice little morning and then I went to look in my Bangkok bank account through the app, and of course the app says, sorry, your account has been locked. And I'm like, it worked fine yesterday. I'm like, what's going on? So I had to sit there for a half an hour, you know, trying to figure things out with the person at the Bangkok bank. But in the end, I got it figured out. But it was a nice place. This little cafe was really nice. So if you go to the Blue Temple, look for the Bite Coffee Cafe. And no, they didn't give me a free meal. They're not paying me or anything like that. But it was a good place, so I recommend it. And I was the only one there. And then I guess the father and the mother who owned the place, you know, their kids run it. They were there, and then the old man was talking to me and telling me how his leg is bad, and they were very nice. And then I just called up a Grab. The beautiful thing is they got Grab here, and I took a Grab motorbike. Cost me 15 baht because they had a little special. I'm like, you can't beat that. I don't have to walk. Cost me 50 cents, you know. Beautiful. So you can use Grab in Chiang Rai. I'm wondering if they have it in Payao. Like a piece of tin here and there and a smile. Yeah. Hey man, all that matters to me is that the food is good, you know? That's what's important. Anyway, tomorrow around 9 o'clock. It might be 8:45. It might be 9:15. It might be 9:30. I doubt it'll be any later than that. I put it up at 9 o'clock to go off at 9 o'clock. So hopefully I'll time it right and I'll get close and, you know, not have to walk for 45 minutes until I get there, or an hour, or whatever it is. You know, maybe I walk for 15 minutes, boom, there it is. Here you go. Because I still got to get to the hotel afterwards and, you know, square that away and all that. And I don't even know what hotel I'm staying at yet. I'm not sure. I'm trying to find, you know, inexpensive hotels along the way, which is not that difficult here, you know. So. I like the Blue Temple mainly because it's blue and it looks cool. I like it better than the Wat Prakeo, the Wat Arun. You know, I like it better than any of the temples. And I'm not a temple person. I don't really particularly like temples, you know. And I like it better than the White Temple. I've already been to the White Temple. I like it better, much better. It's very cool. But the only temple that I really like that is close to this one is the Erawan. The Erawan shrine in, not the one that got bombed, but the one that's they built as the one guy built. I forget. He built all kinds of things. I think he built the ancient city. He built something else I can't remember, but he also built the Erawan. He's a rich guy, and he decided to do a bunch of things, make a couple projects, pull off a couple projects, and that was one of them, the Erawan with the big elephant's head. And that was one that was very, very impressive, like this Blue Temple. But you know, even that one, I was there for about an hour and a half or two, and it's because I went with my wife and my kids and my mother and my sister and her kids, and we all went, you know. Yeah. I forget, what was the name? There's a teak place on the way down Route 1. I can't remember what it is though, but I'm gonna have to stop there. I know that there's some kind of a teak themed place. So maybe I'll go there, I don't know. But if you would be so kind, please leave a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed, I'm trying to get my subscribers to 15K. That would be very nice if I could do that, say by the end of the year. So please subscribe if you haven't done so already. Please leave a thumbs up. You know, you can contribute in many ways. Just, you know, commenting in the chat, that's a good thing. you know, because we do have a bit of a community here, you know, at least a YouTube online live stream community. But, you know, you don't have to spend money. I mean, you know, it's nice, and I do need it. I mean, you know, it helps for this trip because, you know, every time I go somewhere and do stuff, that's the way that, you know, it works. But, you know, you go to Amazon, there's just a host of ways you can do things, you know. You just watch. That in itself is good, you know. So appreciate everything. Thoughts and prayers. What's the question? Thoughts and prayers? I don't understand. What's the question? Yeah, thoughts and prayers and good luck to everybody. I don't know. Support. Thoughts and prayers, you know, that'll work. That'll work. But thoughts and prayers, you know, sometimes thoughts and prayers, that doesn't pay for the hotel, or that doesn't feed me, and, you know. So it's nice, but, you know, it takes more than that. There's a lot that is involved. So, anyway. Still got to finish your book, though. Yeah, well, when I finish it, I finish it. I mean, you know, what's the problem? Really, what's the problem, dude? When the book gets finished, it gets finished. That's how it works. If I do a book about this, I do a book about this. If I don't, I don't. I mean, you know, just worry about yourself. Things will come around. You know, they usually do. I have no patience for this shit. You know that? Really. I have patience for the people who enjoy pleasant conversation, lightheartedness, and fun. I don't have patience for other people that, you know, are not in that way. I just don't have the patience for it. You know, say what you will about me. Maybe it's a character flaw. But well, no, I mean, you know, I accept thoughts and prayers. That's great. I mean, you know, I think it's fantastic people wish me well. Really, you know. In the end of the day, though, you know, seriously, you know, the thought is nice and everything, but it all comes down to me. That's how it works. It comes down to me doing the work, putting my feet out there on the pavement and walking and doing what I can. And, you know, that's what it's all about. Nobody said it would be easy. Nobody said anything worth having would come easy, you know? Nobody promised you anything, so that's the way it works. It's something to think about. And, you know, I was watching. Oh, by the way, I thought it was very nice that I put up a photo, another photo I found of this guy, Levison Wood, that I've talked about. He walked the length of the Nile. He walked the Himalayas. What was the other thing? Oh, he just circumnavigated the Arabian Peninsula, and he walked from, like, Mexico to Colombia through the Darien Gap. So he's done, you know, a fair bit, and I found another picture of his feet, and they are just destroyed. I mean, really bad. Scabs and just all red and really bad. So I put something over it. When I look at his feet, I don't feel so bad. You know, I remember my feet are not that bad compared to, you know, you look at somebody else's feet and you go, oh, that's just torture. It's agony, you know. And so I put the picture up, and I tagged his name, and he liked my picture. So, you know, I feel pretty good about that, you know. I mean, you know, it's a small thing, but to me, it means a lot that he liked that picture and what I wrote, you know? So, pretty cool. Anyway, I'm going to get some sleep. I got to get up early. Hopefully I'll see you all at about around 9 o'clock. So what's that? It's 10 o'clock now. So that's another 11 hours. So about 11 hours. If you're around and you want to watch, I'll be here. Hopefully you'll be here. And, you know, we'll take it from there. We'll see what happens. Okay, Mr. Minaj, thank you once again for joining me. You're one of the good guys. And sometimes, you know what? It's nice to have the good guys around, you know? Seriously. Especially, you know, one thing you will know if you're walking on something, some little journey like this, even though it's only been about a week now. You're doing a journey like this and you're doing it alone. You've got a lot of alone time. You know, when you're walking on the pavement and it's dark and you're all alone, there's nothing, there's nobody influencing you. There's nothing, it's all in your head or your thoughts. You're all to yourself. You got to face yourself. You know what I mean? And so, you know, I don't really have any problem facing myself, but sometimes I'm thinking things and I'm questioning different things in my life and why did this go that way? How can I make it better? Blah, blah, blah. You know, gives you a lot of time to think. I guess it's kind of like being in prison, except I'm walking around free, you know? I mean, if you were alone in a cell. Anyway, I'm getting tired. I'm rambling. So thank you very much for joining me, and see you later. Choke D, Jerk and My, and all that good stuff. Always someone or somewhere. Yeah, and you know, I was talking to my buddy the other day, and we were both saying, you know what, it could be worse. You know, you could be born with some, you know, addicted to drugs or with some disease as a little baby, and you know, there's far. That's what I mean. You know, we could go on and on. But anyway, it's time to go. So I'll talk to you guys later. Dre, what's happening? Dre, Inline Digital Media. He helped make the shirt, the North to South. Thank you very much, Tony G. The Thailand North to South shirt. He made the design. Really appreciate it. Like I said, everything's in the description, including the link to the shirt and the discount code. So I better go. Until next time, Choke D. See you later. Arrivederci, bon voyage, and all that good stuff. Ciao. Yeah. Later. See you later, Tom. Take it easy.